Hi everybody, I'm Theresa and I am here to do another movement art lesson with you today. Today we're going to learn about the skeletal system and we'll learn about two different kinds of moves called locomotor and non-locomotor moves. We're going to start off though with a little mindfulness moment. So if you're sitting at your desks or in a chair, you can put your hands on your desk. And if you want, you can close your eyes. We're going to take a few deep breaths together to just kind of become aware of ourselves and our bodies and how we're feeling today. So we'll breathe in through our nose and out through our mouths. Good. Take another deep breath in through your nose, out through your mouth. Good. And this time, as you continue breathing, see if you can notice how your head is feeling today. And then put your noticing in your neck and your shoulders. How is your chest feeling today and your belly? Breathing nice and deep. Your hips, how are your hips feeling today? And your legs. You might even notice how your fingers are feeling today and your toes are feeling today. Now we're going to try to notice and be aware of our whole bodies. Good. And we'll take one more nice deep breath and open our eyes. So you might have noticed if you are feeling a little low energy today, or if you have a little extra energy, right? You might be a little wiggly. Or if you're just feeling nice and calm. All right, now that we have taken a moment to be mindful and aware of our bodies, we are going to get ready to warm up. So let's stand up. We're going to push our chairs in, stand behind our chairs in neutral. All right, guys, our feet are together. Our hands are by our sides. We're standing in neutral. And here we go with our warm-up. So we're going to start with our head going side to side. Good. And now we'll twist our head turning side to side. Good. Let's bend our torso. And we're going to twist. Good. Let's bend our torso front and back. Good. Bend it front and then bend back. Good. Let's see about our arms. We're going to get one arm swinging. Watch out for your desks and chairs. Watch out for the people around you. Good. Let's swing our other arm. Good. Now we're going to reach our arms up, bend, stretch, bend, and stretch, bend, and stretch, bend, and stretch. Notice I'm bending my legs to stretch, bend, and stretch, bend, and stretch, bend, and stretch. Good. We're going to go side and side, side and side. Good. One more bend with our bodies. We can take our arms job with your warm-up. So now it's time to talk about two different kinds of moves. Those moves are called locomotor moves and non-locomotor moves. And you might not have even guessed it, but we did some of those moves in our warm-up. We did both locomotor and non-locomotor moves, so I'd like to tell you a little bit about what those mean. So first, let's start with non-locomotor moves. A non-locomotor move is a move that your body does when your body stays in one place, right? So even those arm gestures that I'm doing right there, those are non-locomotor moves, right? My body's staying in the same spot while my arms are moving. And so we did some non-locomotor moves like twisting our head, turning it. We did a twist with our torso. We did some bends. We did some swings with our arms. We did a bend with our legs and a reach up. Those are all non-locomotor moves. Those are moves that can stay in the same place. We also have moves called locomotor moves. So if non-locomotor moves stay in the same space, what do you think that locomotor moves do? Locomotor moves travel. We go from one place to another. Right now I'm traveling backwards. What's the move that I did to travel backwards? I did walking, right? So walking is a move that we can do to travel, right? What's some other ways that we can travel? There might be a way that you travel, like if you're out on the playground and you want to get to the swings like really fast. What kind of locomotor move would you do? You might do some running. So we can walk, we can run. We also did some tiptoe moves. That's a locomotor move. I'm going from that place to this place. And I can tiptoe back, right? I could march. That's a locomotor move. Turning and marching. I could jump. A jump could be a non-locomotor move. It could stay in one spot or it could travel. I could jump. I could do a leap from one leg to another. So those are some traveling moves. I think we also did a slide move. Is a traveling move. So we're going to play a little game. I'm going to do a move and I want you to say if it's a locomotor move, that's a traveling move, or a non-locomotor move. A non-locomotor move is a move that stays in one place. Let's see how you do. Okay, ready? Here I go. Okay, what kind of move was that? Locomotor. Okay, what about this one? That one is a non-locomotor move. What about this one? That was a locomotor move that traveled on a diagonal. What about this move? That bounce is a non-locomotor move. I stayed in the same place while I was bouncing. I did not travel. So it was not a locomotor move, it was a non-locomotor move. So we do all kinds of locomotor and non-locomotor moves all day, every day, right? Even if I turn my head, that's a non-locomotor move. We do all kinds of moves. But today we have a special treat because we get to learn about a body system that helps us move, and that is our skeletal system. So we're going to look at a couple of pictures of our skeletal system and talk a little bit about our skeleton. Okay guys, so let's talk about our skeletal system. So our skeletal system is a kind of fancy way to talk about our bones. We're going to look at a couple of pictures of human bones. So here's our first picture of a skeleton. A skeleton has 206 bones. So people have 206 bones in their body. And our skeletal system do three main things that are really important. One thing we talked about already, right? Our skeleton actually helps our body move. We wouldn't be able to move around if we didn't have a skeleton. A skeleton also protects our organs. So our heart, our stomachs, our intestines, our lungs, our brains, all of those things that our bodies need to operate, our skeleton, our hard bones, cover them up and protect them. And the last thing that our bones do is produce our blood cells. So our blood actually comes from our bones. Bones are made of calcium, and if you want to have strong bones, then you should eat foods that are calcium rich. So some foods that have a lot of calcium are milk, cheese, yogurt, and also almonds, collard greens, and kale are all high in calcium. So if you eat healthy foods with calcium, those foods will help your bones stay strong. So we're going to talk about some different kinds of bones, and we're going to look at another picture. We have our axial skeleton, okay? So in this picture you can see our axial skeleton is made up of our skull, our spine, right, and our back, and those parts, those little bones in our spines are called our vertebrae, and our ribs. So the axial skeleton actually helps our body to stay upright. And we can also twist on an axis too, right? So that axial skeleton can rotate around. Our skull, our head can twist, our torso and our spine can twist. So we've got an axial skeleton, and in our next picture you'll see our appendicular skeleton. Our appendicular skeleton helps us do traveling moves. So they help us do moves that travel around. Our appendicular skeleton consists of, the parts of it are our arms, our pelvis, and our legs. So the bones that are in our arms and pelvis and our legs are part of our appendicular skeleton. Skeletons have something called joints. So our joints are where our bones connect to each other. We have joints in our elbows, our wrists, our shoulders, our legs, our knees, our hips, our ankles, and our fingers, right? So all of these are different kinds of joints, and they help our body move in different directions, right? And bend. Some of our smallest bones are actually inside of our ears, and those are called our ossicles. We've got 3 small bones in our inner ears, and we also have small bones in our fingers and our toes, and those are called our phalanges. So the bones that are in our fingers, like these, we've got some bones here, bones here, bones here. These are our phalanges, and our toe bones are also called phalanges. And then these parts here, the bones right there, these are called our metacarpals. And then the bones on the top of our feet are our metatarsals. Okay, so another fun thing about bones is that they can fix themselves if they get broken. So there are lots of different ways that we could break a bone. You might have seen somebody who's broken a bone before and they have a cast on, but our bones eventually will grow back together and fix themselves so that they can stay nice and strong. So guys, now that we've learned about our bones and about how our bones can help our bodies move, protect our organs, and produce blood cells, we're going to create a dance with locomotor and non-locomotor moves showing what we know about our skeletal system. Okay guys, so let's show what we know about our skeletal system. First thing that we learned was that our skeleton is made of our bones, and three things that our bones do are help us move, they protect our internal organs, and they produce our blood. So let's show how our bones help us move. Let's start off. We'll bring our arms up here. We'll see if we can move our head and our hands first. Then we'll move our torso next. Then we'll move our hips next. And then we'll move our legs next. Okay, so we're moving our skull and our phalanges, our metacarpals. Then we're going to move our spine and our ribs, our pelvis, and the bones in our legs, like our femur and tibia and fibula. Okay, let's put that to some counts. We'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we're moving our bones again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Next, we said our bones help us protect our internal organs. So let's show how our skull protects what's inside of our skull, our brain. We've got an organ here, that's our mouth. Our ribs protect our heart and our lungs. And then some of our other internal organs that our pelvis helps protect are our stomach. Actually, that's our ribs too. But then we have our intestines down here. So we protect our brain, our tongue, our heart, our lungs, our stomach, and our intestines. Again, our brain, tongue, heart, lungs, stomach, and intestines. Let's put that together. Moves, 3 and 4. Pelvis goes, legs go 5 and 8. Then we have brain, tongues, heart, lungs, stomach, and intestines. The last thing that we said was that our bones actually produce our blood cells. So let's try a locomotor move to show how our bones make our blood cells. So our blood flows, right? So I thought we could maybe use a flowy move. 2, 3, 4, and let's go back. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5 and 6, 7 and 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, now we talked about two different parts of our skeletal system, the axial and the appendicular. So axial, that's our spine, our skull, and our ribs. Those help us stay upright. So let's show how, maybe if we flopped here, we could use our axial skeleton to get us back up. What if we flopped this way? Axial skeleton to get us back up. Wait, flop this way. Axial skeleton. And our axial skeleton can also twist. So those are non-locomotor moves that we're doing, right? Bending forward and coming upright. Side, upright. Side, upright. Twist, twist. Now our appendicular helps us locomote. So we said that those are the bones that are in our arms and our legs and our pelvis, right? So let's show how they work. Let's see, we'll bend, we'll do a little bend, extend, step, now we're traveling, bend, extend, step, bend, extend, step. Let's do a jump back, and a jump, and a jump, good, other way, bend, extend, in, extend, step in, whoop, and a jump, and a jump. Okay, axial, goes, and goes, and goes. I think I did that in the wrong order. Appendicular, 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 boop, boop, and again. Boop, boop. Woo! We've learned a lot of our dance so far. We got just a couple more moves. We talked about our joints. Do you guys remember what that is? Our joints are the places where our bones come together, right? And they can bend, some of them can rotate around, right? So what joints do we know we have? Let's see, we've got our, let's start with our shoulders, right? So our bones in our shoulders. So we can shrug our shoulders up, We've got joints in our elbows, So let's try shoulder, shoulder, elbow, elbow. We've got joints in our hips, Oh, that's how we make our leg move, And our knees, Let's try shoulder, shoulder, elbow, elbow, hip, knee. Again, shoulder, shoulder, elbow, elbow, hip, knee. Our last one, here we are, knees. Let's do our wrists and our ankles at the same time. Boop, boop, boop. All right. Shoulder, shoulder, elbow, elbow, hip, knee, boop, boop, boop. Very good. And the last thing that we learned was that our smallest bones are inside of our ears. Those are called our ossicles. So we'll do boop, boop, boop. Let's point to our inner ear. I think actually our ossicles are in our middle ear. And then we also have small bones in our fingers and toes. Those are called our phalanges. So we'll do ossicles and phalanges. Again, ossicles and phalanges. Okay, let's try the whole dance one time without music, and then we'll try it with some music. So first, we know our bones help us to move. Ready? So we have head, and torso, and hips, our pelvis, and our legs, and it protects our organs. And then a locomotor move to show how our bones help our blood to flow. They create our blood. Next, we have our axial moves. So let's try forward first. Our axial skeleton helps us stay upright. So those are non-locomotor moves that stayed in one place. Oh, also a twist move. Also a non-locomotor move. Appendicular. Those are the bones in our arms and legs and our pelvis. They help us travel. They help us do traveling moves. We learned about joints, elbows, hips, knees, wrists, and ankles. Ossicles are our smallest, and our phalanges. Okay, let's try that with some music, guys. All right, you guys ready? 5, 6, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Axial. everybody, so you guys can have a seat back in your desks, and we'll just put our hands flat on our desk, take a couple of breaths just to help us calm it down after all of that dancing that we did. I hope you had a great time learning about our skeletal system and about locomotor and non-locomotor moves. And we'll see you guys next time. Thanks so much for dancing with me. Bye-bye.